Hi and welcome to this edition of Out of the Box. My name is Paul. Today we're going to have a look at what is in this box. This is part of the TP-Link VIGI range. This is an NVR, a network video recorder. This is the non-PoE model. This is the NVR1016H. We've got some other videos on our YouTube channel on what do I need to run a VIGI, TP-Link VIGI. So if you want to find out more about the ecosystem and all the components that make it run, then do head on over there. But this is going to give you a good run through of what you actually get in the box. So let's go through what you get in the box. We are here in Australia, so you're going to get your Australian power pack, all right, and your power in connector there. All right, now this is an NVR and we'll show you in a minute. It does have an HDMI connection and you can add a keyboard and mouse and actually connect this directly to a monitor. So in the box you are also going to get a USB mouse, all right, which starts you in the right direction. All right, you are going to get a small packet of screws. Why? Because these don't come with hard drives. You choose the hard drive that you want, which is quite a good option. Means that you can decide on how much storage you want from the bat and not restricted. All right, you're going to get a little software document there, which you probably won't read, and you're going to get your installation guide that's going to show you all the components that are part of it. Then you are going to get the unit itself. Really light, simple, open, easy. In the front here, we have our two USB ports. We can have a keyboard and a mouse plugged into there. All right, it's metal construction, no moving parts other than when you put the hard drive in it. So it is side cooled, so do allow some airflow there. Then over on the back, we have our single LAN port, because like I said, this is the non-PoE. It doesn't have a network port, switch built into it. So this is going to connect to your LAN and it's going to pick up IP addresses from your LAN router. We have our HDMI output, so we can connect this directly to a monitor for viewing a number of the cameras that you've got. And we've obviously got a VGA output if that's the type of screen you have. We've got our audio ports in here because it can do two-way audio, so you can add a microphone or speakers onto here, although you can do all of this through the app as well if you want to. And obviously here's our power input and a QR code. This device calls home. It uses something called a UID, a universal identifier. So you can actually set this to work with whatever internet connection you have. So even this will work on carrier grade NAT because you don't need to set up any port forwarding. All this will do is call home and you'll be able to connect to your TP-Link app. So it'll work on Starlink. If you have a 4G router connection, you can make it work on that as well. So it can do all of its alerts and everything over your current connection. So super easy to set up. You've also got an earthing pin, and if you're observant and see these before, you'll see two empty holes here, and on the sides I've actually removed the screws so I can show you, just because there's a little bit of self-assembly. So when you buy this, it won't have a hard drive, so you do need to think about how much storage you're going to want to have. For many people, maybe a 4 or an 8 terabyte is going to be several months of storage for maybe 5 or 10 cameras. Why? Because you're often going to have them only on motion detection. So as a result, it's only going to record motion. So let me just quickly, I've taken those two screws, one on either side and the two at the back, and I'm going to open the unit up. All right, probably fairly disappointed if you want to have a look. There's really little inside it, but we can see that we've already got, let me turn it around this way, our SATA connection here. So maybe I'm going to take this. We recommend Western Digital purple surveillance drives. I've just got a 1 terabyte here, and we would just be able to push this into place into that connector. All right, and that is now in. If we flip this over, those 4 screws that I showed you in the packet, we'd now screw that into place, and that's our hard drive now inside. We can now put the case back on. Hopefully I can do this just one-handed. Obviously I would do those screws up as well. All right, and our NVR is now neatly back together and ready for use. So that is the TP-Link NVR, the VIGI NVR1016H. It's a 16 channel, so this can take up to 16 cameras, and you put your own hard drive in it. Do head on over to our YouTube channel. We've got plenty more box openings on wireless network, firewall devices, cameras, how-to guides on what do I need to run TP-Link VIGI as well. So head on over there, subscribe, and stay up to date.